Good morning. Good morning. We are back with another beautiful week, short week, beautiful week of tickers popping up and getting active. I was actually looking at SOGP earlier and I had left, so I see it's definitely right on the $5. This is one that doesn't have a whole lot of trading history, but they've got AI news today, so that's why they were up early. We'll see how the volume pours into this one and all of that. I guess later on, let's look into some of the news on this one. So we got, what's the name of that? SOGP. SOGP. Sound Group Inc. American Depository Shares. It almost sounds like a dividend stock, almost, but it's not. So it's got four press releases this year. The first one was Sound Group Inc. announces trading under a new name. Now the old name was, let's see, old name was Liz He Inc. Lizhi Inc. I don't know much about their company. Sound Group Inc. is a global audio-centric social and entertainment company driven by a clear mission and vision, building the world's largest audio platform to better connect and communicate. The company is dedicated to shaping the future where audio not only bridges gaps but also amplifies human connection through the power of sound. Okay, so this is audio stuff. This is like headphones and all kinds of that stuff. Let's look over here at the float. Go to statistics. Float is that float right? 671.67 million. Wait, am I on the right one? Yeah, SOGP. Okay, so very, very high float is documented here. Let's check our other sources to see what the float is on SOGP. Says over here on FinViz that is 4 million in the float. Let's go to Market Watch. SOGP. Float of 4 million. So, okay. I don't know why Yahoo has their float so high. 600 something million. That's crazy. SOGP. All right. So it does have a shelf, well, had a shelf registration, but that's an old shelf registration from 2021 and hasn't really posted anything else more current. Geo. All right, so this one says the shares float at 4 million as well. So okay, I guess 4 million in the float on that one. Let's go over here to the larger time frame. So basically, we got 2 months of trading here. I don't know when it was actually incorporated or why they exactly changed their name. I guess maybe because their name kind of looks more like an Asian Chinese company with that Lizzie or whatnot, and they wanted a more Americanized name maybe. But it closed yesterday around 288 and is now trading at $5. So let's look at the 4 hour. Got up there to a high of $8 this morning. And the thing I look at, especially with these news catalysts, is what reason would people buy this thing up? And also, it's kind of like you have to wade your way through the market. Some days the market makes no sense. Like we see these small caps that literally move with no catalyst. And then some days it's like it makes a lot of sense. Okay, this thing is good. It's going up and we can make some money, right? So it's kind of like you have to decide either you're going to trade hard and aggressive on both types of days where things do make sense and don't make sense, or you can zero in on the factors that make sense and just zero in on those trades, right? It's just like we've seen in the last what, 3 weeks, we've seen things make moves and break patterns and break all market rules, going to 400, 1,000%, and it makes no sense. It's like, why is this thing going up? Why? This news is absolutely weak. Why? But we have other days that we can be like, oh yeah, this makes sense that it's going up. I think buyers will come in at this price, blah blah blah. So to each their own, I guess. To each their own. But it is under $5 now. I think it was up 100% when I had looked at it the last time, but I know it's probably like 90 something, 80 something percent, and it's actually working its way down. It's kind of forming a fade pattern. Came up here with the three bar run up at the very open, and then just kind of stair stepping its way down, grinding its way down. And we saw another grinder yesterday as well, which was Lunar. It made a big move, but it was grinding up. Let's see, Lunar. This one right here. Grinded up here, held this consolidation for quite a while, gapped up, and now is up here on lower volume. So we'll see if that ends up holding up today. We jump over here to the scans. We see Hollow came back up with 22%, not super exciting. Lunar, and then we had SOGP. Good morning, Mike D. Okay. So, hello, Lunar. But yeah, that's another thing that I really haven't really made a true strategy for, is those grinding stocks. Because a lot of times I'm looking at my statistics and how long I hold and everything. And those grinding stocks, man, they may take 3 hours to get to where they're going. They get there, but it's just, you kind of got to just let it roll. Let it roll out. Boil. Is this what is boil? Why is it up? Oh, this is gold and oil and all of this stuff. Let me go and look at boil and see what kind of company it is. BOIL. ProShares Extra Bloomberg Natural Gas. Natural gas going up that high? Is the actual natural gas up? No, it's not. Why would that be up then? It must have something else in its holdings. It has to, because natural gas is under $2 now. It's still coming down. So natural gas, when I was looking to trade it, it was at $3 on NG. And yes, it had a little bit of a bounce, which is cool. But I mean, $3 was way up here. These are my old marks that I had up here looking for this breakout. I did not take that trade. I actually focused in on oil instead and traded oil. But yeah, natural gas, it is at the bottom. I mean, the bottom was 150, so I guess it's 20 cents away from the all-time low right there. But I mean, that might just be a bounce just because it got close to support. I would like to see it retest that 150 and see if it'll break on down. Man, if natural gas gets under, under $1, that's gonna be some cheap futures. That would be very interesting. Especially seeing the highs up here. The highs were back at what, $14 during 2005, $9 in 2000. So it looks like every 5 years this thing booms. So 2000, 2005, 2008, 3 years. Yeah, now it's a little bit, I don't know, it's kind of sporadic when it goes up, but it's been up there. So, history likes to repeat itself. I just don't know if I had the time to wait for history to repeat itself, because this is 5 years that money could be sitting in something else, a dividend stock or something, and making some actual money. Good morning. Mike D says Nvidia today. NVDA. NVDA there. Yeah, I see it. Let me see. It's up on my scans here with 1 million shares traded. Do they have news? Let's see. Traders await Fed news. Let me pull this news up here. Traders await Fed minutes, Nvidia earnings as U.S. equity futures drop pre-bail. Nvidia set to report earnings. Here's what to expect. Asian what? Oh, okay. Let me pull this up. Okay, Joseph Moore. Oh, they're doing a news report. Let's go to the actual press releases for Nvidia. NVDA. And it is right. Press releases. So let's just start from January. Nvidia brings generative AI to millions with Tensor Core GPUs. Okay. LLMs, tools for RTX PCs and workstations. GeForce RTX 40 Super Series, new heroes debut in gaming and creating universe with AI. So a lot of AI news has been coming through in January. Nvidia and developers pioneer lifelike digital characters for games and applications with Nvidia Avatar Cloud Engine. Wave of EV makers choose Nvidia Drive for automated driving. Updated images of Nvidia's corporate headquarters available on Business Wire's website. Okay. Nvidia sets conference call for fourth quarter financial results. Cisco and Nvidia to help enterprises quickly and easily deploy and manage secure AI infrastructure. Nvidia accelerates quantum computing exploration at Australia's Causeway Supercomputing Center. And then see the future. So I guess this is Nvidia's Jinseng Huang, I don't know, to unveil latest breakthroughs in accelerated computing, generative AI, and robotics. So a lot of stuff falling through at the beginning of the year. Well, not falling through, but like looking good for Nvidia coming into its earnings. Okay, AI leaders and top companies from healthcare, transportation, financial services, telecom, and agriculture to participate in the first in-person GTC in 5 years. Okay, Nvidia today announced it hosts its flagship GTC 2024 conference at San Jose Convention Center from March 18th to March 21. More than 300,000 people are expected to register to attend in person or virtually. Nvidia founder and CEO, this guy, Jensen, will deliver the keynote from the SAP Center on Monday, March 18th at 1 p.m. Pacific time. Okay. So all of this build up, I'm wondering when is their actual earnings dropping? Let me see. Where's earnings? Do I still have that one? No. Okay, NASDAQ earnings. That's what I'm looking for. Earnings calendar. Nvidia earnings on the 22nd. So their earnings, or last year's report date was 2022. So we're in the same range of last year's report date. So could be coming any day now. Interesting. Fiscal year end or fiscal quarter ending January 2024. Okay. So Definitely a lot of big news out there for Nvidia. It may steal the show today. It may just do that. Because I'm looking at the small caps, and small caps are kind of looking sickly, you know. SOGP not even being able to hold up $5. Yeah, especially with the past weeks of all this craziness in the small caps, you know, it may be time for money to ebb and flow to a different cap for a little bit. Let's look through the rest of this scan here. So we got some things moving low, things moving high. PANW down 25%. VRT down 12%. Yeah, but we'll see if it can hold this on today. But I'm just not seeing any small caps that are super viable for some good money, especially with SOGP barely having a year of trading. It is kind of holding the $5, like just a little bit, but this overall pattern just looks like a fade on the 15-minute. We'll see though. It'll need to break down what 475 there. And the control area hasn't moved from where it was. I marked this just in case it jumped. Usually the control area will move down or up depending on where the majority of the trades are. But this was the last place that people were just kind of okay with it being, where it was kind of equal at 625, but I don't know if it can even get back up there at 625. Okay, okay, okay. Cool. But yeah, it's so close to $5, man. Reliable, what's up? What's up? Reliable Rudy says not seeing much. PGY potentially on watch. PGY. Let's look at this one. Go over here to the larger time frame. So PGY, so cheaper one. Let's see what the volume's looking like on this one. PGY. Woo, very low volume. It's a million shares, especially with it being this cheap. That volume scares me. Like, and the percent gain scares me. It's only up 7%. All of that is scary for that cheap stock. Now I don't know what the news is on it or whatever it's doing, but questionable on that one. Maybe it was moving yesterday. Let me see what it was doing yesterday. So it had this drop 130 build up into the aftermarket, but man, I don't know. I don't know if it's even. I don't know. There's a lot better things. I kind of just try to fade towards the things that are catching attention because PGY, I probably wouldn't even seen that on any scanners. Even if it did, yeah, it would just have to have better stats. I would see it, but it just doesn't have the stats for any kind of attention right now. And it's getting like one share at a time. So I literally see it just went from 93, 94. It's I'm scared of that. Maybe you got some kind of long-term play on that, but yeah, that looks kind of suspect. SOGP tightening down into what looks like a fade pattern right at the $5, up 74%. Boyle is the pro shares on natural gas. It's just following natural gas, but natural gas is just having a short-term pop-up. It failed to almost $1.50 and had a pop back to 20 cents. So back up to $1.70 something. And this thing follows it. So kind of got a little bit of help. But this thing does not pay dividends, man. Can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Let me see. PGI potential on watch. I thought the earnings looks all right. Trade volume over 3 would get PGY going. Yeah, I kind of like to see those stocks already going though. already moving, showing me some momentum, putting those 10 toes down, and then I just play the momentum. But maybe later on in the day something happens, but I don't know whose watch list that one's gonna be on, whose scanners that one's gonna be on. Is it a Chinese stock? Let me see. Let me see if that's a Chinese stock. PGY. Paga. Israel. Oh no, 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 no. I'm not doing it. Israel. No. Mm-mm. That ain't the one. No, no, no. I have lost a little bit of money on some Israeli stocks trying to guess, and especially their IT and technology software. No, I'm good. Nah, nah. I'm good. You said I'm not saying it's gonna pump today, probably more of a swing trade. All I know is the Israeli stocks that I've traded, the day the news comes out, they never do anything. The day after is when they do anything. So I will wait until I see a big move in the Israeli stock, then trade it on the next day. Let's say if it pops up 100 something percent, 200, 300, 400%. I'm not trading it on that day because of my statistics. I know for a fact when I trade it on those days, it usually fades on the day. Me and Donnell, we were talking about that in the Discord, just going over statistics and everything, and that's just one that I've seen. It's always the following day with those, but they have to move first. They have to move first. That's the only thing, and that one has not moved yet. So I will be, and it's under 5, so no big money's gonna touch it, none. So you'll be playing with the little fishes and not the whales on that one. And we like to play with the whales because the whales make waves, and we can get our little bitty snips off of that big wave. But playing with the little fish that are just splashing little water, it's hard to take a little chunk out of a water droplet instead of a wave. Donnell, good morning. Um, Only part of their business is in Israel. I don't know, man. It looks like it says, let me see, Pergory Technologies operates as a financial technology company in Israel, the United States, and internationally. It primarily develops and implements proprietary artificial intelligence technology and related software solutions to assist partners to originate loans and their asset and other assets. The company's partners include high growth financial technology companies, incumbent banks, and financial institute. Not banks, bro. They got everything that I avoid. They got oh, I shouldn't have even read this. I shouldn't even continue reading. I was okay with just being like, okay, it's Israeli. I ain't touching it. They got banks. I don't mess with banks. I don't let them do what they do because banks fail all the time. Um, and then they got residential real estate, um, auto finance providers, financial institutions. Yeah, see that just adds to the um extinguishing of the fire of this stock. It didn't help it for me to continue reading that. Okay, yeah. Let's look at let's see what's going on over here. I saw Hollow popping back up. Hollow's it just is a on and off kind of stock. I thought it would have gotten under 20 by now and just dropped after going to $100, but you know, it's just taking its time getting back under 20, having some little pops on some days. But look at this pre-market action. I mean, it just looks like somebody was putting out an article and they were putting into chat rooms, hey, this is gonna go up a little bit. Hey, this is gonna go up a little bit. Then it finally gets a pop and they sell on everybody. So it gets this pop up to $29 from 18 in pre-market and then sells all the way back down. So just imagine being somebody that bought at 25 or 28 or any of these breakout levels and now you're back down to 19. Yeah, so Hollow is, definitely not looking great. We have about 4 minutes and 30 seconds until the open. Lunar was the one of the bigger movers yesterday. It was a grinding mover though. They recently sent a ship to the moon, and it's kind of in. I don't know if it's made it yet. Maybe, I don't know. It was 5 days ago, so 6 days ago now. Today is Friday, so last Friday maybe 6 days ago. Last Saturday they sent it to the moon. So yeah, that's why Lunar was kind of edging up, but it's only up 19% today. So we got a couple. We'll kind of keep on watch maybe. Lunar, Hollow. Let's see. Reliable says PGY is forecasting over $1 billion in revenue for the fiscal year, which would represent solid year-over-year growth. Also forecasting profitability. Okay. Well, I don't know. That's one of those things, man. It's like even if I was gonna swing it, like I don't really swing things under five. I swing something over that's kind of showing some value. So the big money, I just want to be. This is what the research is for. Where do big money get in? Where do they want to see things go? At the price it's at now, it's like, I don't. It's like maybe. But it gets over five, and you start seeing those bigger orders going through for a swing. That's what I'm looking for. For longer term play, that's what I'm looking for. Where are the whales? Bring me the whales. Bring me something that is away from the OTC market, right? This is what back testing is for. I completed the back testing this that I was telling y'all I was doing for all of my trades, and pretty much or not quantifying, categorizing every single mistake and every single setup that I either missed or just overlooked, whatever, right? And so it was definitely an experience going back and back testing all of those. It was 2,900, a little bit over 2,900 trades that I went through. But yeah, it's one of those reasons, those I was wondering why some of the traders, they're like, man, I back tested and I found this about this particular trade, this about this particular setup, this about, and so many people don't back test. They don't back test at all. So it's like they're just swinging in the wind. They know nothing about themselves during a trade or what setups they might have missed, right? What patterns they might have missed. I went back and I saw so many patterns. I'm like, how did I not see this? Why did I not? What was I doing? Especially in my first year. The first and the second year were the two hardest because that's when I took the most trades. Um, I took, I was taking like 20 trades a day, and I went through every single trade to see what's wrong, what did I do wrong, what patterns were there, what emotions were there, what catalyst was there any catalyst, what were the things that on my losers, what were the things that maybe made me double down, what were the things that maybe made me get stopped out early, what, like, I went through all of that. So yeah, it took a minute. It was definitely some analytical research. If you haven't back tested, you don't have to back test all of your trades like I did, but get you a good sample size, 100, 200, 300 trades, and back test them, especially for day trading. Anyway, we are coming into the open. We got Hollow Hollow and Lunar coming up this thing. I guess I don't know what we want to watch. You know what? I'm gonna pop over to Nvidia. Where's Nvidia? Nvidia at the open and see what it's doing. That was Mike D's call out. Let me read some of this. Donnell, INMD is the Israel stock to watch for a long. INMD. Where's that one? Actually, we just opened up. We'll watch Nvidia out of the open. It's got a lot of good stuff going on. Let's see. Keep IFBD on watch for breakover 2. And good morning, Lori. You said you can't kind of relate to me there. I took over 1,000 transactions one day last year. LOL. Yeah, 1,000 transactions, going through each one of those and seeing, hey, what caused me to either lose or make money. That's gonna be hard. Reliable Rudy said I can't relate. Boss Lynch, what's up? What's up? MOTS is what Boss Lynch called out. Nvidia getting a little bit of buying pressure off of this 675. ATR high up here is the 682s, looking like it's going for an ATR break here at the open. And let me go and look at. So we got IFBD and then MOTS for Boss Lynch. So let's just look at these quickly. IFBD. What is this one? IFBD. Oh yeah, let's see. MOTS. We'll come back and look at that one. MOTS up 137%. Now, reliable, maybe this one, this one, oh, it's already halted? Okay, MOTS already halted there. We'll look into the news and see what's going on with this one real quick while it's halted. That's what halts are for, is for us to research. Research. All right, so Motus GI Holdings Inc. Let's see what your press releases are talking about. Why is this thing? Am I tripping? Press releases February 21st. All right, holdings granted. Hold up. Why did it just not open this one up? Okay, there we go. Press releases. All right, Motus GI Holdings granted a U.S. patent for key feature embodied by PureView system to avoid clogging and cleansing the GI tract. Okay, so that was 40 minutes ago. Let's look back a little bit. So we have publishes positive results from European study of the second generation PureView system in improving visualization of colonoscopy in patients with a history of poor bowel preparation. Okay, so all of this is GI tract stuff. It does have a little bit of news. Let's look into this. So medical technology, let's jump down. We're pleased to announce further strengthening of, we are pleased to announce further strengthening our IP portfolio in the United States. The latest patent covers the automated management of pressure and irrigation of self-purging feature of the latest generation of PureView system. Okay, so definitely interesting. They have a client base. Let's see, what is this? What is the actual condition that they're treating the most? Is there a specific one? They did a reverse stock split November 1st, 2023. So they've already done a split to bring their price back into alignment, probably. Okay. So Moats still halted right there, up 137%. Another one just popped up on my scan, GBNH, up 111%. It is a cheaper one, 40 cents on that one. So we got, I'll go ahead and get rid of these. These aren't interesting me, really. Lunar and all of this. Everything that's big moving is under, looking like under $2. So we'll see GBNH. GBNH, no huge movement. This one has a fade like pattern as well, kind of like that stair stepping down, just like we saw with SOGP, which is not currently on the map right now. Okay, hollow jumping up there quickly and quickly coming back down, jumping up to 25 in the first 15 minutes. Lunar only up 10% now, so that's going to be falling off of some watch lists and scans. Let me read some of these chats. VTYK, reliable called out, VTYK. Did I type that wrong? VTYK. No, I didn't. I don't see that one. Oh, there it is. VTYX. Oh, okay. Got you. VTYX, Ventix Biosciences, very dead pre-market, and then all out of the open, a nice pop, up 85%. So has some momentum out of a dead pre-market. Let's go and look at the press releases and see what it's got on its news. VTYX. Okay, Ventix Biosciences to participate in Oppenheimer 34th Annual Healthcare Life Sciences Conference. This news came out on February 6th. So we're, this is some older news. Let's see exactly what they're going to be doing and when this conference was supposed to be. It says it was on February 13th. So basically it doesn't really have any other news other than this conference. Let's look back up here. 35th, participate. So what has it done though? Okay, results for phase 2. So it's really in early stages of this a few of its medicines or whatnot. See phase 1 trial. So I would say that's weak news. That's probably why I had a dead pre-market. Based on my, statistics, I don't like these dead pre-markets with these pop-ups. I don't do well trading these, even on the dips, because sometimes the dips just keep coming down and they don't bounce like they're supposed to. But it's up 116%. Somebody's probably buying breakouts. Now, this is one that if you were buying a breakout, you could probably do okay on it, but I never do breakouts because it's kind of, unless it's like an ATR high break and hold, but the ATR is down here at 440. And so for it to do a hold, it would have to come all the way back down here. I'm looking for a break of the ATR, come back in. It doesn't just blow it out. It comes back in and holds that ATR for a little bit. Then I'm looking for that explosion. But on this one, this is why we let the first couple minutes, I let the first 30 minutes play out, first two 15-minute candles to see, what people are really feeling like. MOTS still halted, maybe, or did it unhalt and then halt again? I guess it might have unhalted and halted again. But yeah, we'll see. Looking like VTYX is definitely, it's halted as well. Everything's halting. So these things have to get some trading, It's got 14 million shares traded on it right now. And let's see what else we got on these scans over here. Mara, Nvidia, Tesla. Ooh, Tesla's looking. Let's go, Tesla. Explode. Take me with you. Yes. I've been buying Tesla options for a minute. Let's go get back over that 200. Feels good. It feels good. Feels good. Oh yes. All right, so we look over here. This is actually where I wanted to come down some more, but it just hasn't. It's kind of just holding this level. But I did add to my little stock play when it came down here to like the 80s, 180s. So I'm okay with that if it does want to start coming back out of here, because Elon's been working on several different products, or yeah, products, projects, whatever you want to call them. And Tesla kind of follows the hype, you know. So very very interesting. It came down to the bottom of this channel right here, and I was expecting it to kind of drop to maybe like the 150s. I would add some more there, and definitely down here around the 120s I'll add some more there. But you know, I'm gonna let it play, let it go green, and get paid every single month. Let's go. That's what I'm about. Anyway, let's get back over here to the cheaper ones. Okay, GBNH popped up there. So this is a ATR test right here, but the only problem is it's on a fade pattern. So it's got the ATR coming up here, but I really don't like this pattern. A lot of times I like maybe like a little bit of a flat top up here for the ATR to break through. But this is definitely a fade pattern, so I don't know about that one. Um, and let's also go back over to VTYX. And let me read some of these type ticker run. Reliable says tough was on the bid at 505. Oh, yeah. You missed that one. Waiting for that unhalt. Let's go see when it unhalts. Oh, that's another thing. This thing opened up. Where did it open up at? Oh, it opened up for under 5? Okay. It's definitely another sign that that is going against my statistics. Trading something that comes from under 5 and just rips, you know. Let's go and see what the unhalt time is for this one. VTYX 937.32. So that'll be opening up at 942.32. So in a couple of seconds, actually. So 30 seconds. VTYX will be opening, and we will see if it can hold all this up. Now, we saw a gap down, a heavy gap down yesterday on MEDS. It gapped down from 12 to 10, I believe. Very, very heavy gap down. So, you know, is that going to be a pattern? We don't know yet. We'll see. It's open now. Let's see if they want to hold it up here. Getting on up there. And coming right on back down. Will it break down the 6s? Nope, going up. Looks like it wants to get towards 7 in this first 15 minutes. So looking over here on my 15-minute chart. Up there to the 7s. Now, where do those sellers want to get active? Those shorts. GBNH also broke over 50 cents for a little bit, up 154%. But I mean, it's so cheap, you know. I don't know. It's just moving very, very small in comparison to everything else. VTYX, man. 50 cents in the ATR. Continues to open up. And getting up here to this. The other thing that is weird about this is the control level, the point of control in this value range has not moved up yet. So I think it's going to come back down here because of usually stock that trades heavy volume, the control point moves up with it. So we'll see on the close of this count and the open of the next one what that control point does. Will it jump up here? It should jump up to at least $5 maybe. Cannot stay stagnant here, because if it does, that means that it's not a lot of volume actually being traded up here, and it's just people shorts fishing for liquidity to get into a nice short trade. But we'll see on the close of this one. We got 30 seconds until this 15-minute candle closes. We'll see if that point of control moves. So the point of control is basically like a level where almost like equilibrium, where the sentiment is equal. Buyers and sellers are okay with the price. And it's popping out of there, popping over sevens, coming into the close of this candle, and new candle opening right there. And the point of control did not open. I mean, did not move. That is very weird. Very, very weird there. Expecting it to have to, oh, it moved right there. Okay, so it jumped all the way up here, point of control. Jumped up here from 430 all the way up here. So now, does it want to continue to push, or is that it? And this is a breakout trader's dream right here. Getting the breakout, and it just continues to go up until it doesn't. Okay, point of control moved down immediately. That was a fast move down. Usually it holds for a little bit, but moving down with it. The bottom side of the point of control is the right at the 670. So we'll see what happens at that 670 level. Will it want to break it on down? Halfway of this move. So this move was from the 405 up here to the 730s. Oh, point of control just continues to move down. That's not looking good. All right, so let's do some math. Where's the halfway point of this? This thing moved from 405. We'll call it 750, just to round it off. 750 minus like $4. All right, so $3.50. So divided by 2, 175. So we'll take 4. And we'll see what kind of action it gets at 575 here. So 575 is right here at the halfway point. And this actually be 575. Halfway point of that move. Is it going to get really, really bearish there or what? Point of control did continue to move down. So we'll see if we see a fade. We're seeing a lot of fade patterns today, though. SOGP was the first one. SOGP, it is off of the scans now. Just a nice fade. Okay, jump back over. 575. Will it hold around this level? Will this level become some type of mathematical bounce point, or will they not care and just dump it straight down back towards the 4? The ATR has recalculated now. ATR, so the ATR, it doesn't move like the VWAP. It actually spreads. So during the day, if it's outside the ATR, it just continues to get further and further and further apart. So, you know, a big dump can be very bad, especially if it goes all the way back to the ATR low on a specific candle. But continue to pump down. Bar has not closed yet. And of course, with the way that I'm trading now, I wait for candles to close to kind of make sure that the control point just continues to move down. And now the bottom of control point has met that 575 level where we had it. So it moved from this 670 on down to 575, which was the halfway point. But with my how I'm trading now, I wait for candles to close to get a full picture of what's going on. Our buyers coming in, our sellers coming in, is it high, low, whatever. And then I make my entry, right? And I know I missed some of the move with it, but it's more like confirmation. So looking for confirmation that it's going to continue up. So, you know, I may miss, 30, 40 cents, but it moves $1.50 off that level. So I'm good with that. Coming on down to the halfway point. Let's see what happens at that 575. Is it going to get wild and hold or what? Let me read some of these chats. Okay. Reliable says CPOP could give some movement today. Easy out under 450. And then he also called out IOVA potentially pullbacks to the 13. I saw IOVA. The only thing that I didn't like about that one, it was such a high float. So it's probably going to be a grindy stock. It did have some good news, though. I like the news on it, IOVA. And it also has a dead pre-market. So another one with a dead pre-market popping up there. I need to go back and look at NVIDIA in a little bit. NVIDIA is still red on the day. This is the one that he's talking about. It's only up 11%. And you know, same kind of deal, showing a very bearish pattern here. Even if it closed green, this is called a shooting star on this candle, and it shows that there is going to be some type of reversal. Now, in the past couple of weeks, we've seen that the reversals or the patterns have not been followed. So it'll do a candle like this and then break right back over. It's like breaking candlestick logic is what it's doing, right? And that can lose you a lot of money, especially if you use patterns a lot, you know. The other one he called out was CPOP. And this is another one, dead pre-market. Little bit of a pop-up here from the 4, you know, up to maybe like the 6s. And it is negative 22 on the day. So that is not looking bullish at all on that one. That one. Okay, so making our way down to the halfway point of the 575. Coming into the close, or not coming into the close, we have about 9 minutes left on this candle. And my philosophy now is until the candle closes, it's a liar. It can pop back up. It can do 100 different things as long as it's got time on the clock. It's kind of like Kobe, you know, or Michael Jordan. You know, it's you give them the rock at the end of the game as long as there's time on the clock. That's all they need. You know. So I kind of wait until they shoot their final buzzer beater, and then I, you know, make my move off of that on the next candle. But yeah, just trading in this control point right now. And this is where buyers and sellers, they kind of have reached an equilibrium of we're okay with this price. And what we've seen is a control point moving down. So they're okay with prices moving down, 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 which is a very bearish signal. $0.20 away from that halfway point of the 575 that we had marked out. And looking like it wants to push on to it. Okay, hitting the 80s there. All the way down, right above it. 70. Ooh, and the control area moved down again. They're even okay with lower prices. Oh boy. Okay, so hitting that halfway mark of this full green bar move. Wow. That is very bearish. Okay. Let's see. Anything else? ILVA not big. It's not, the percent gain isn't enough. And now it's holding a little bit that halfway point. So it may have to hold here before it decides to either go up or continue on down. But it's still up 94%. Giving back half of this full move. First candle was from 325-ish up to 425-ish. So $1 move on that first one and then a $3 move. And the ATR is 52 cents. So it really hadn't moved a whole lot. Definitely outside of its ATR range. So we probably expect a little bit of tightening down to that 50 cents average true range. Okay. So just observing the market today, not trying to lose any money. Just you know, taking the trades that are too good to miss, right? It's just too good. You got to get in. Especially on a pattern that you know has a high percentage win rate. If your pattern has 80% win rate, why wouldn't you take it? Even if it is on a bearish move, why wouldn't you take it? You could take quick profit because, you know, the more people that see the pattern, the more people that recognize it, the better it's going to do. And if there's good relative volume in there, that's why we look for relative volume. It's more people that understand. Well, it increases the probability that there's more people that understand patterns in the trade. With low relative volume, you have a low chance or a lower chance of having a high number of people that know patterns. The higher the volume, not really the higher the volume, the higher the relative volume and the standard deviation, the abnormality of the volume increases the chances of having people that know patterns. They're like, oh, that's a shooting star. If 3 million people are like, oh, that's a shooting star, it's a lot better than 3,000 people saying, oh, that's a shooting star. So bouncing off of that halfway point there, but I still think it's going to be bearish because this control area is going to have to move up above this to show that people are willing to buy this thing higher. But so far, still at the same level. Have about 5 minutes left on the stream. I'm gonna have to get on to my morning meeting. As of right now, you know, I'm not. I don't really see a whole lot that I want to get involved in. Statistically, VTYX just has some things that have proven to lose me money, so I just don't want it. And then for the other things that we saw, they may not be on the radar, and their relative standard deviations that we pop over here are not abnormal. Like Bull, IOVA, zero, their relative standard deviations are not abnormal, right? We're looking for those abnormal movements. And then, wait a minute, let's see. Where is my RVOL? My RVOL isn't on here. Bring that up. RVOL. Okay, so let's bring RVOL in here as well. So looking out here, what I'm looking for on the relative volume, usually I'm looking for a relative volume of 25 at least. So we know there's some people in there, and the relative standard deviation on VYTX is pretty good, but it's missing that character right there. Needs to get more volume. And at this time of the day, we know that the beginning of the day is when the most volume comes in. So if this is the beginning, we can only expect it to tighten down from here. Okay, so coming back towards that 575, 3 minutes left until I need to go and get on into this next meeting. The low here was 567. I'm just looking very bearish after that pop up. Appreciate that. Reliable. Let me read some of these pullbacks. Donnell says he got SOGP 200 shares at 422. Reliable says, just my opinion, but when Bob reclaims 80 and holds 80 for a couple of days, it's never coming back. It's never coming back. Let's see where Baba is. Baba. Okay, so looks very bullish today. Let's jump over here on the larger time frame. So it had a bottom down here of what's the low? 57 something. Did come close. Came down to the 68s. Man, I bet that thing comes down to 68, man. I think Baba pays if I'm not mistaken, Baba pays the annual, yeah, it pays the annual dividend. So definitely, I don't know how much they pay though. Let me go look. Baba dividends. So they pay a dot. Wait, their only dividend was paid out last year. So maybe they'll pay out another next year. The only thing I don't like about annual dividends is, let's say during the year, what if they cancel? They're like, yeah, we can't pay it. With monthly dividends, I know I'm gonna get a payment every month. With quarterly dividends, every 3 months. Semi-annual and annual, I really don't have in my portfolio because I'm just like, man, just pay me my money, bro. But they've only done one, so they really don't have a dividend history. They only paid out $1, and what percentage of that? So $1 for the price that it's currently at. So you pay $75. So $1. 1 divided by 75.89. So it's like 1%. 1% of the total price that you pay. So if you had 100 shares, yeah, you would get $100, but you had to put in what? 75.84 times 100. Okay, so you had to put in 7,000 to make 1%. I don't like that. I got dividends way cheaper that do way better than that. Way better. And they pay monthly. So yeah, I'm good on that one. I like to get paid to wait. Now, if they increase that dividend, you know, we can talk. We can talk business. But it is 9 o'clock. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. That is going to be it for me today. If you're going to continue trading, definitely keep your head on a swivel. And as always, I will see you guys on Friday. I stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And, you know, kind of try to do some analytics and try to take a more analytical approach to the market. But yeah, that is it for me today. Again, appreciate you guys. Enjoy the rest of your hump day. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.